So I used to live in this fucking shitty apartment complex. It was called Crawl Parkway, I think, or maybe that's just the name of the street. I don't fucking know, but we lived there for a couple of years, and eventually we got fucking kicked out because we were always be like just well, back when you could go to Canada, we would go to Canada for my fucking family. You'd have like a cottage there for like a week, and my whole family, just a bunch of Italians, just getting fucking blackout drunk and just screaming at each other. But whenever we would come back from Canada, we would always bring just a shit ton of fireworks back with us and just sneak them over the border. And then naturally, when you have a bunch of fireworks, you want to fucking blow shit up. So we would be doing doing we'd be doing that, but in an apartment complex, it doesn't really translate that well since there's not really any sort of privacy, and I guess the neighbors just didn't appreciate what we were up to, blowing off fireworks and like smoke bombs and all that shit. And I remember one specific instance. I don't even know what the fuck you want to call him. The groundskeeper, the fucking colonel of the fucking apartment complex. It's just some fucking scumbag on a golf cart, basically. But he would just, I don't know, ride around and just tell people to do shit. But I'm pretty sure he caught me and some other people fucking blowing off fireworks, and then that just kind of deaded the whole living situation from there on out. Kind of put us on bad terms, put us on ice with this Crawl Parkway establishment, the higher ups at this shitty ass apartment complex. But it was decent. There was like a 2-bedroom, and then it had like, a living room, obviously, and then like a shitty basement, good for like storing I don't know, old couches, I guess. But and it had like one of those shitty like basement sinks that are just always really nasty. But yeah, I lived in Crawl Parkway for, I can't even remember how long it was, but maybe it was a couple of years. And across the street, there was this gay fella. His name was Josh. I think it was the first gay dude I ever met in my life. Believe it or not. And I don't even know how old I was. Maybe like 8 through 10. I don't, maybe older. I can't even fucking remember. But anyways, a gay dude lived across the street with his mom, and I always remember them like just screaming at each other at all hours of the day. But they'd always be like fighting out front of the apartment. But they could have just like stayed inside and just kept it personal. But maybe they just both very voyeuristic, or just one for a crowd. And I just like can't I don't even know what I'm about to say, but he'd always be wearing like a bathrobe with like a towel around his head, even though he didn't really have that long a hair, and just be laying into his mother. They'd just always be fighting about it, some bullshit. I don't even know what the fuck they'd be fighting about. But but yeah, this Josh dude, and yeah, Josh would always hit on my friends, even though it was we were mostly just like 12 and like 14-year-olds just having just sleepovers. But he'd always fucking be just talking to my friends in weird ways, and always overstaying his welcome, or trying to get us to like come over to his apartment, even though it's literally just the same exact thing as me and my mother's apartment at the time. So I don't know what he was doing. But I remember one specific instance. Me and a pal of mine back then, we were just hanging out, and then Josh took me aside, and he said that my friend, he actually said that, he said my friend had the gay sparkle in his eye. So apparently that's a thing. Gay people, they all have sparkles in their eyes. That's what he said, or a shimmer. I don't know what the fuck he said. This is what Mr. Josh said at this time. And I don't think my friend turned out gay. Not to my knowledge. I also haven't seen him in probably 7 years, so who knows. But this specific friend that Josh was talking about, he would always... One of those friends who would just overstay their welcome and just sleep over for like fucking 2 months straight. And, I don't know, just fucking eat all the food that's in the fucking, in the fridge and fucking freezer and shit like that. But one time we had woken up I had slept in my room, and then my friend, he slept on the couch. And then I come down, and then the whole couch is just soaked. Just very, very wet. And it kind of took me back, kind of confused me, or at least I didn't. I actually, I think I fucking sat on it, and I put my hands down on the couch as you do, just leaning and lounging, and like my fucking hands were wet, my hands were soaked, and yeah, and then fucking then it it seeps into your fucking shorts or fucking pajamas. So this motherfucker had pissed all over my couch, and didn't even fucking say anything. I think he might have just fucking slipped out of the front door after he did that. But it all made sense when I fucking was over his house, and he had a fucking plastic cover over his bed, so I was kind of able to, with my fucking dumbass brain, was able to put two and two together that he was a late term bedwetter, which I'm a bedwetter too, but in order to do that I need to fucking have at least fucking 15 Miller Lights and fucking listen to Toby Keith for at least 30 minutes or something. I don't even know, but basically just be blackout drunk. Then we'll see what happens. Then I just might, but that's only on the rare occasions. But yeah, so there was no influence of alcohol with this friend of mine who pissed on my couch when we were children. But finally put two and two together. Then I don't even think we threw out the couch. I think it was already too late. The piss had settled, and then it just existed in my living room, the ghost of the piss of my friend. But yeah, that was Crawl Parkway, and that was pissing on a couch. And then during this fucking time, my mom, she had a boyfriend. His name was Neil, and Neil had he was probably about 50, early 50s. He had frosted tips, haircut with like gel in it, and he would spike him up real tall. Well, not too tall, maybe 3 inches. And he didn't have too many teeth, and he definitely didn't have a job, and he definitely didn't have a car. No means of transport. And he always had his skin was always orange for some reason. I don't know if that was a disease or he was just fucking... Oh yeah, and maybe it's because he would always say that he's from Florida. Maybe everybody from Florida just has orange skin. But yeah, he would always say he's from Florida. I don't know how the fuck my mom met this guy, but he was around for maybe, I don't know, I have no perception of how long things lasted in my childhood, but maybe a year, let's say a year. And the same friend who would, who not regularly, but did piss on my couch as a child, he would always hang out. Neil would always, and this kid like really took to each other, this 55-year-old man, and my friend back in the day who would, shall remain nameless, they would just be hanging out. Like this, he was probably about 15, like I said, and this Neil gentleman was probably about early 50s, 52, 50, if you're being generous, 50 on a Tuesday. Yeah, and I didn't bat, I didn't bat an eye at it. at the time. But now that I'm fucking thinking about it, because I haven't thought about these two fucking, I don't even know what I want to call them, just people in so long. You ever just think about something, you're like, I wonder when the last time that I thought about this person or this specific event. I do that all the time. Like, I wonder, like, whoa, I haven't fucking thought about that in so long. But either way, these two were hanging out, and I don't know why they liked each other so much. Well, maybe it's just because this kid was 15 and he had a false idol in old Neil, and yeah, they would just like take my mom's car and they would just roll around the city, just duding out. These two just grown old man, unemployed, no teeth man, and just a young buck, 15-year-old friend of mine. And I don't think fucking Neil was a molester or fucking anything like that, but when I think about it now, I think that he might have been with my friend, even though my friend hadn't come to me with any stories of strife or struggle with old Neil, but perhaps. And on that subject, my mother and then my Aunt Patty one time, I don't think they had the doll, but they were like, has Neil ever touched you anywhere that's funny? And I'm like, what? No. Because, he hadn't. He wasn't fucking creepy or fucking touchy or, call me baby or anything like that. So he hadn't done it to me, but maybe that's why, maybe they were probably hip to him and my friend hanging out and thinking that's pretty fucking weird. And just asked me to see if I fucking had any inside info, but no, not to my knowledge. But he was fucking weird. He did not have teeth, that's for sure. And he, I don't know if he got spray tans or if he was just really flipped from Florida. But he, yeah, I don't know. Maybe he's a pedophile. Who knows? Maybe my mom dated a pedophile. I guess there's really no way to find out at this point. Who knows what old Neil's up to now? I don't know where he would be at right now. Maybe he's back in Naples, Florida. But he was like one of those guys who, when you're a child, you think that he's fucking sick, or the things that he says is true. Things that he would say would be true, but yeah, like he gave me one time he gave me a skateboard with like a bunch of signatures of like WWE wrestlers on it. And it had to have been fake, because he literally did not have a job. So how would he have pull at like the fucking arena where they would have like WWE and like our SmackDown fucking and Raw and all that bullshit? So I don't know how he would have gotten that. So that must have been bullshit. But he did give me an AC/DC Velcro wallet, my first ever wallet, which was pretty dope. I think he gave that to me the day we we dropped him off at the Buffalo airport to send him back to Naples, Florida. And then yeah, so he gave me the bullshit skateboard with the fake signatures, and then one time he sent me and my mom out to Buffalo to fucking go see just like SmackDown or Raw. I don't know which one it was. Maybe it was Monday Night Raw. He probably just wanted to fucking get us out of the house so then he could fucking hang out with my friends and do whatever they were gonna do, rough house. But so anyways, me and my mom were out in Buffalo at the arena. I think it was called HSBC at the time. And he says, this is what Neil said. He said, when you get there, go to the security and ask for the junkyard dog. And then he's gonna give you like free tickets and like take you backstage. So we just fucking I don't know why my mom would believe this, but this is true. So we fucking went there, and we fucking find some security guards, and my mom's like, just like says junkyard dog or says, do you know the junkyard dog? And they're like, what the fuck are you talking about? And so that I think, I don't know if we then just ended up buying tickets or we just fucking left, but either way, that I remember that specifically, junkyard dog. So if you're out there, junkyard dog, you really ruined one of my days of my life when I was probably 11 years old. Or me, I don't know how. What are people's like? You're just gonna make up this person's name and tell. I don't know. I don't fucking know. Jesus Christ, I can't believe we did that. But yeah, that was fucking Kroll Parkway days, I guess. Fucking yeah, really. Well, I guess it wasn't shitty. I mean, it's just like a building, and then one side would be one house, one side would be one apartment, one side would be another apartment. It wasn't really like a duplex, but it's just like a main door, and then there would be entrances to either apartment, you know, in the fucking main little hallway. But yeah, I lived there for a couple years. One time, me and my mom were just leaving to school. Or she was gonna drop me off at school, elementary school, and the short bus just pulled up, like as me and my mom were walking out of like the apartment, and it was like about to pick me up, and we were just like, what? And I didn't know that they just fucking picked up people like that, or they didn't know who they were picking up, but they tried to snag me on the short bus there, but I wasn't going because my school is only about a 2-minute drive away, so that was not for me, I guess. Yeah, and then let's see here. Yep, Neil, so he was a toothless motherfucker, a jobless motherfucker, a carless motherfucker, but I would assume he probably wasn't even from Florida. He's probably just from like North Tonawanda or something. So he's probably closer than me and my mother think. But yeah, or maybe he's dead. I don't know. He was pretty old. Or I think my mom might have thought that he was. My mom thought that he was rich. That's why. But he just didn't have a job. And yeah, you know, rich people frequently don't have teeth or vehicles or jobs. That makes sense. And fuck. Yeah, I don't know where that AC/DC wallet went, but it was fucking sick. I didn't really need a wallet because I definitely didn't have a job because I was fucking 9 years old, but you know, made you feel cool, those Velcro wallets. All right, wrapping up. Big shout out to Cigar Boss Man. he had COVID, and he beat the COVID. So big shout out to Cigar Man Boss. You're forever in our thoughts.